And among the authority persons responsible for calming the agitated nerves of the citizens of Hyderabad is the Commissioner of Hyderabad Police, Mr. Anjani Kumar. He is with us, and we are going to talk extensively on the kind of things which he has noticed in his inspections across the city post the deluge, and also what can the police do, what can the ordinary citizens do, and what can all of us do to ensure that the city gets rid of this entire phenomenon of flooding and the kind of damages we have seen. So, what you have been on inspection of the city over the last couple of days, what have you noticed chiefly?
There has been exceptionally heavy rainfall this year in the city of Hyderabad, and as a result the low-lying areas on either side of the Musi and other low-lying colonies, there was water inundation. The Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation, the Electricity Department, the Revenue Department, and all of us put together, we have been working right from the first day to see that minimum inconvenience is caused to citizens. On many occasions, the police officers were there with the community, ensuring that nobody comes out in those areas where suddenly water came in, so that small children and elderly people, they do not come out and get exposed to the danger. Situation is absolutely under control, and since yesterday there has been less rainfall. Today also there is prediction of heavy rain, but so far I think it has been okay. Sporadic rain here and there has been happening, but we are keeping a close watch. We also took help of the boats, both mechanized boat and the manual boat, and shifted many people, hundreds of people were shifted from low-lying area to the community halls, to various relative places, and I think things will improve in the days to come.
Okay. In terms of the quantum of help which your police force has been lending to the citizens, what's the kind of infrastructure or the kind of police force which has been deployed, and in what capacity has this force been deployed on the field during these last few days?
Hyderabad City Police, we were ready, we were aware that this kind of challenge is coming. So prior to the commencement of the rain, the first spell of rain, the traffic branch, the law and order branch, the city security wing, the special branch, all were activated, and we were pre-positioning ourselves much in advance because we knew which are the low-lying areas, and so that we are not taken by surprise. Similarly, the GHMC, the Disaster Management Force, the NDRF, we were in close touch with them. As and when required, we were providing them necessary input, guides, rope parties, light at night time, so that we are not put to any surprises. So seeing the quantum of the challenge, I would still say that the response was much better, much well coordinated, and I am told about 10-15 years back when there was a flood in Hyderabad, compared to that, the loss of life, the loss of property is much less this time, and it is only because each and every branch of government, each and every department of government were coordinating with each other right from the first day.
And again, loads of wishes to your force and to you also on the Police Commemoration Day today.
Yeah, it's a very, very solemn occasion. Every year, this week, we observe what is called the Martyrs' Day. From this year onwards, it has been rechristened as Flag Week, and we pay tribute to all the people in uniform, in khaki particularly, those who are in central police forces, the paramilitary forces. Every state has its own armed reserve, the special police, civil police, all those who laid their lives, what is called the ultimate sacrifice on the call of duty. We remember them, we try to take care of their family, we give emotional support to each one of them, and that is why today also in the morning, though there was heavy rain, that's why we had to shift the program from Gosha Mahal Stadium to LB Stadium, Indoor Stadium, where Honorable Home Minister was the chief guest, and he paid tribute to the martyrs, and we had a small function there. So this is a very solemn occasion, and the best part is that on social media and at other places, I see that the community, the citizens, they are aware of this, and a lot of sentimental feelings and expressions were conveyed by community regarding these people in uniform who sacrifice their present for the safety of the society for their future.
You're also talking about the kind of reactions given by ordinary citizens. Let us also go back a week back. These kind of deluge which Hyderabad has seen comes at a time when it is like leading up to the police commemoration week. Are we given to understand that this is a time when the police had to really rise to the occasion? Because you already all have said that the kind of flood which we have seen, even the meteorological department is saying, was never seen earlier. Did you face any unique challenges this time around? Because the level of the water was consistent, high, and it was also consistent over spread over 3 days, whereas earlier it used to be like 1 day affair or 2 day affair. Was the police force stretched thin?
You know, as far as Hyderabad City Police is concerned, over a period of time we have evolved and we have learned from one crisis to another. And hats off to all the boys, all the officers of Hyderabad City Police, that whether it is fighting COVID virus, whether it is enforcement of any other drive, or whether it is the flood, crisis management team of the Hyderabad City Police is, I would say, geared up, emotionally strong, professionally very sound, and completely dedicated to any issue which comes up. This also, when it came, we had series of teleconferences, video conferences, visit by senior officers. I personally visited almost 17 places where there was water logging, interacted with the community, the corporators, the honorable MLAs, to get their feedback from common public. And that is how we kept on evolving our strategy so that we learn day after day and improve ourselves.
And in terms of the kind of infrastructure the police has in combating this kind of a deluge, law and order is something which the police usually handles. But this is a totally different challenge. You have water logging, and you have issues of traffic, and you also issues of something which is beyond the nature of ordinary law and order enforcement. Was there any new learnings happening this time around?
Yes, every situation is the biggest teacher, and any situation which we face, whether it is in the field of crime detection, crime prevention, law and order, or a situation like this, we learn a lot, and that is how the institutional memory of Hyderabad City Police, that is the greatest strength, and it gives us an insight into how to plan, how to improve. In the present situation, there were many times in which we had to go to cover either side of the river, either side of the colony. So what earlier used to happen, that one side we used to reach fast, other side reaching was problem. So we improvise ourselves, and before the rain starts, we used to send our team much in advance so that either side of the colony which is partially submerged, our teams are there to take care of the rescue operation.
Wonderful. So also it happens that during such calamities, the first thing which falls down is the lack of communication. So could you also describe to us the kind of communication network you managed to continue despite the fact that several areas had virtually no electricity, so there was no communication which was possible between residents and sometimes police station, sometimes police personnel on the ground, because there's no power to charge the mobile phones. So in that situation, you of course have the police communication network. Did it also come into play, or did it fail, or would you pass on the recommendations for enhancing the kind of communication network going ahead?
We were absolutely aware of these issues, and that's why we had completely prepared ourselves very well. As you know, that police department, the lifeline is the wireless set, the UHF, the ultra high frequency wireless set, and everything can fail, but that cannot fail. That is our lifeline, and we have an inherent system in which we have spare batteries, and we have these spare battery chargers at every police station. So come what may, this will never fail. We will always be available, and we were operating on that. We were communicating with each other, officers in the field, at the police station, patrol vehicle, and obviously cell phone and other things are there. For cell phone also, almost every police officer were given what is called the power bank, which was charging the cell phone. And I don't think we were put to any challenge, because we expected it and we had pre-planned about it.
So it's always said by several officers that the only government service which is available 24/7 is the police service. So in this case, the particular action was out of the police station. So did you have kind of fatigue overcoming your police personnel where they stretched too much thin? Because water is like consistent, it's like 24/7. So did you have this kind of fatigue factor creeping in slowly among the police personnel over the last 1 week?
Definitely, that's very a valid point. If it was a 1 day or 2 days affair, things would have been much better, but it continued for almost 5, 6, 7 days. And that also, very large number of police officers, they were working for more than 7, 8 hours with almost knee-deep water. So it had its own implications. The shoes were getting spoiled, and some of them were catching cold. So these are part of the professional hazards, but I'm sure still the motivation of the boys is too high and too good. Come what may, we are always there, right in the front. We are the first responder. We take pride in that, and the community has a lot of trust in us, on us. That is the biggest motivation which all of us feel.
Excellent, sir. Thank you so much. So also I want to ask you, there are several people who are still unaware of this police first responder kind of responsibility which rests with the police force. And to enlarge the scope of this information, I would take this opportunity to ask you, in case going ahead, there is some sort of natural calamity which happens, what is the kind of protocol ordinary citizens can follow so that they can inform the police, and the police or the other agencies can swing into action by spreading the information of this natural calamity?
That's a very relevant issue. In fact, in the last 6, 7 days, almost every day we were receiving more than 700 to 800 dial 100 calls. And as far as emergency response mechanism is concerned, Hyderabad City Police is one of the best in the country. We have almost 130 patrol cars. We have 600 plus bike patrols which are interconnected, interlinked with the dial 100 mechanism. So any person who makes a call from anywhere in the Hyderabad police station limit, we will definitely reach them within 10 minutes. Because of waterlogging in some areas now, the time may extend by that, by some more minutes, but we will be there. Secondly, in the last 3-4 months, somehow the rise in the social media is also very encouraging, and it is very good. Almost every police station gets 10 to 15 feedbacks every day from community about various issues, and as far as possible, we try to sort out those issues, and if they are not within our purview, then we take it with the concerned authority, whether it is GHMC, electricity, health, or revenue department. Social media, dial 100, and for that matter now, we are the only city in the country which has the mechanism that our patrol officers, they go to a house, they collect the petition, they get the FIR registered, so that the community, the citizens, there is no need for them to come to the police station. They can give the complaint to the patrol car, they can give the complaint to the blue colt bike officers, and everything we will take care of it. So these are the dynamics, these are the interrelation things, and in the present situation, it worked very well, and I'm sure it will improve in the days to come.
Excellent, sir. And this is just that the patrol car comes and you hand over your kind of written paper to the patrol officer?
Yes, as per the Indian Penal Code and the Criminal Procedure Code, a signed complaint is required for registration of an FIR. So we insist, we request that you give a written complaint. In case the person is not in a position to write, then our patrol officers will convert that oral statement into writing and read it out to the complainant, and then get an FIR registered.
Also, now, slightly coming back to the kind of situation which Hyderabad faced, you also talked about how social media is increasingly becoming important. I have also personally observed that several organizations are yet to take cognizance of the kind of impact of social media in terms of police and public relations. Has the Hyderabad City Police, living in an IT city, managed to change the dynamics, invent something new, add new personnel to the kind of interface wherein complaints from the police and, complaints from the public and the police are handled seamlessly?
Hyderabad City Police is one of the pioneers as far as usage of social media is concerned. And in the last 1 week, if you see some of the tweets, some of the advisories which we have been issuing, within 3 to 4 hours, 40,000 people have viewed it. So that shows the reach, that shows the connect which we have with the community. In the times to come, it will go up. and I'm sure community and our department, our officers, there is each and every police officer who is passing out from the training academy, they are trained, they are equipped with all these skills of social media management.
Right. And so during your trips across the city, there's a lot of infrastructure damage which is happening, due to which several routes have to be changed, precautionary measures have to be put in place. Which are those still existing, and what will be advised to commuters and people traveling across the city?
Within a few days, all those repair work will be done. The GHMC, the RNB, they are working on it, and I'm sure once the rain stops, all these things will be repaired. Thank you.
So that was the Commissioner of Police giving us an extensive lowdown on the kind of measures the Hyderabad Police is trying to attempt with regard to the last week's deluge which struck Hyderabad. With camera person Seshu, this is Sunil Patil.